That'll be interesting. You got 2 points. It was ugly, but they got 2 points. The worst situation would have been getting 1 or none.
There's between a good team and a bad team.
Right.
The Penguins sort of slopped around. They didn't play poorly, but they didn't play the way we know they're capable of, with the urgency that we've seen them play with. And but when push came to shove, it was like, okay, let's just win this thing. Let's get out of here with a win. Detroit, I thought played about as well as I've seen them play this year. They just
Well, they don't have much.
and they don't have a lot of firepower, and you just kind of knew it was a matter of time.
Jimmy Howard played well, kept them in the game when he had to, but they get a point, and that's it for them. That's nothing. That's just 28 points in 48 games. But it's big for the Penguins. They're 4 within first place of Washington. All right, let's go to the lines because people want to talk about this scandal. It seems to be the big topic. So Joe on McKees Rocks is first tonight. Hey, Joe, how are you?
Hey, I got something for you guys, and this is from left field. Altuve wanted to sell that shirt, so he didn't want anybody to rip it off him. He wanted to save it.
You think you actually that's going through your mind first and foremost after you hit a game-winning walk-off and a series walk-off?
Hey, today's world, yeah.
But why would he would still have the jersey? They just take it off. It's a thing they do where they just take the jersey off the guy. It's not like he would not have. They wouldn't have given it back to him.
Yeah, but you rip it off him, it gets ripped up.
Well, it's even more valuable then.
Pardon me?
It's more valuable then. It's authentic.
I don't know.
That's out of left field. You're right.
Well, I think the big thing is they would give it back to him. Secondly, if they ripped it and he signed it, that would make it probably worth even more.
But here's the other thing. Why then immediately, while this is going on, you're celebrating, you run under, you go right down the stairs, you change quickly, and come out in a T-shirt? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me either. Anyway, let's go out to Jim in Perryopolis. What's up, Jim? How are you?
Good. How are you, Bob?
Good, thanks.
Hey, I just want to talk about what's transpired in Major League Baseball as it correlates to NFL football with the New England Patriots.
Okay.
If this happened with NFL football, why doesn't Roger Goodell take a better stance like Major League Baseball did with the NFL, with the cheating, what's going on right now?
Yeah, he didn't do that with Spygate, did he? He kind of got rid of the evidence as fast as possible, tried to get that out. I think all teams want this off the radar, but all it does to me is encourage that same team to do it again.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, they wanted to kind of put it aside. The other thing I think really when you hear guys like Bill Cowher talk, everybody steals signs or tries to steal signs, and the fact that the Patriots try to do it a different way is one thing, but I think most teams probably would say they don't want the NFL looking around at what they're doing.
That's true, but when you take it to this level, it's one like if you bang a drum, okay, you're sending it. You feel like sign stealing is nothing new in baseball, and quite frankly, it goes on, and it's not going to be disciplined. But when you take it to the level that you have now in this case, with technology being so involved, the question now, Paul, is what does Major League Baseball do to prevent it from happening again? And my first reaction would be, and it was, then no live television feeds, and those guys in the video room, you got to shut it down during games. And replay be damned.
Yeah.
That's the case, because if they're sitting in those rooms, if you've ever seen a replay room down there, they got monitors everywhere, they've got camera access everywhere.
If you listen to that podcast we were talking about with Tim Benz with Kevin Smith, they've done that now. All of the live feeds that are down, and they're actually not live feeds now, they're all on delay.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's like a new Major League rule where those things in the video room, and they also have Major League employees who are monitoring those things
they should
during
be
the
sitting
game.
in the dugout.
That's what I mean. They are in the clubhouse and this and that. So now the live feeds that used to be there are actually on like a 12, 13 second delay.
Kind of like what we are on this show.
Well, yeah. So I think that's a good way to do it.
I guess.
But to me, don't you agree, Bob? If they're going to go to the lengths of hooking up some sort of a buzzer system, I mean, no matter what Major League Baseball does to try and stop this, guys will try and figure out how to beat it.
They will. We have a lot of tweets here. Christopher Casilli says, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. But the visual is pretty telling that you're right on the right path. The optics of it, in a word, suck. Again, proof. What would be the proof? You have a video here. That's about all they have at this point. But they obviously know because they've interviewed enough people, and I think they probably have gone to players and say, look, if you cooperate with us, we're not going to touch you. We want to know the truth.
Right.
So maybe
that's part of what Rob Manfred did was offer immunity, but I don't know if that's the right approach.
I don't either, because there are a lot of people then that who've first of all, what's it do to the Astros this coming year? Nothing. They're still going to win the West. They still have the best team. They just gave Springer $21 million today. They have the most loaded. Now, you can say this, and here's even more evidence. These numbers, if you look at splits home and away, Altuve's and all of these guys have much better home numbers.
Yeah.
472 batting average at home and like 130 on the road playoffs. Okay, what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Should it be that much of a disparity?
There was about 4 guys that had ridiculous splits like that. The one thing is they lost Garrett Cole. I know they still have Verlander. Their pitching staff, is it still good enough to win the West?
Yes.
I'm trying to think who else
It's still good enough. They brought in the guy from Arizona in a big trade last year.
Oh, Greinke.
Zach Greinke.
Yeah,
so 1-2 punch of Verlander, Greinke,
Yeah.
and then you have guys like McCullers and others. I mean, they're still going to be loaded, and they're still going to have the best team in the West.
Yeah, it would be ironic if they won in the West again and then won a couple playoff series. People lose their minds.
So Jeremy Hillman on Twitter, at KD Pump, at Paul Zeiss, he wants to know, should it be interesting to see what kind of reactions the Astros get on the road this season? Or you're going to get a lot of monitoring outfits.
Yeah, you get people in
Drums.
the stands, beating on drums and things, just to be funny about it.
All right, let's go out to Dave in Franklin Park, who joins us right now on the hotline. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, hi guys. Love the show.
Thank you.
Hey, I got a comment here. The Steelers are going to supposedly have some problems with the salary cap, trying to sign the players that they need to sign, particularly Bud Dupree and Hargrave and Hilton. I was wondering if they might take the approach of going ahead, sign Hargrave, sign Hilton, and instead of signing Bud Dupree, why don't we try Tripper on that right outside linebacker? So I'll hang up and I'll listen to your comments.
Well, that's a leap of faith right there, if that's who you're talking about. I think their number one
I think
priority
that's who he's talking, Skipper,
is going to be Bud Dupree, and they're going to let Hilton go, and they're going to let Hargrave go. And I hate to see Hargrave go, I do. But I think it's either that or you make a decision on Stephon Tuitt, and I still like Stephon Tuitt.
Yeah, I think they've got some room to move. I think Anthony Chickillo, they get rid of him. That's $5 or $6 million they save right there.
McDonald.
Vance McDonald saves them another $5 or $6 million, and Ramon Foster another $2 or $3 million. There's guys that unfortunately for them, their contracts are structured in a way where the Steelers can cut them and make a lot of money and probably not lose a whole lot in terms of talent. So I think they'll be creative. I think they're going to be able to. I think they'll keep Hargrave and Dupree. That's my prediction.
That'd be great if they could. That defense is good, and if you come back with a good defense and Roethlisberger healthy again, you can immediately turn things around, I would think. Anyway, we're going to take a break. 412-575-2600 is the number. We'll also get into Pitt, North Carolina tomorrow. Can Panthers do it 2 times in 1 year to North Carolina? We'll talk about that next.